Hi you guys, it's Nicolette, and like I promised you, my last video for 2014, I got my breasts done in the beginning of the year, January 28th, 2014, with a 650cc moderate plus profile silicone implants, and I got it through the areola. So that was my insertion. And throughout the progression, you start to notice different changes within your body. When they first insert it, if you go back to one of my previous videos right after surgery, my post-op video, you will notice that my breasts are all the way up here at the collarbone, and then they gradually start to drop down within the months. Between 6 to 8 months, that's when they really settle into their pocket and the placement. Because I even noticed back in September, which was about 9 months, they were still pretty high and rough. And right now, December 2014, they started to settle in to the placement that they should. So throughout the journey, if you just kind of look back at my progression, you'll see different things that I've gone through and that I've noticed that I've shared with you, all of you. And in my last video, I did say that, you have to be cautious and careful of what you eat and how active you are, because your body is still conditioned to your old frame and you may have a tendency to gain some weight. So I was gaining a little weight, so then I went to the gym and I started to lose weight a little rapidly. And through the weight loss, before that, I was getting fat around my breast, so the pocket and everything I'd have that little extra like fat for my breast. But as I'm starting to lose weight, my skin is sinking in and it's starting to stretch the skin, so I'm getting a little like stretch marks, or I think there's in my but those are veins. But I'm starting to get a little stretch marks because before your skin stretches so you could fit the implant in, but now my skin is shrinking, so it's stretching the skin to cover the implant. So that's one of the things that I have noticed as I'm losing a lot of weight. But still, I recommend putting on some Mederma, some vitamin E, anything to heal it so it heals nice and even, and so you don't have any discoloration with the stretch mark and the stretching of the skin. Also, throughout the whole journey, I did notice that the muscle or the dermis and my implant, they have a tendency to sometimes itch. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but once in a while on my right side it will start to itch, so I have to kind of rub that, almost like I was getting it a massage like the beginning of the year. So those are some of the things that I've had to deal with, but this is what my breasts look like at 11 months now. So that's the progression. If you like always, I will put on a bikini top so you could see what it looks like. Alright, so here is what it looks like in a bikini top. They both have dropped to the same level now. Before, one dropped a little bit faster, but now they're pretty even. And one of the things that I do want to tell you is that sometimes they have a tendency to look unnatural, even though they are such a large size. Sometimes you could see like the implant go up like that, so it does not look good, especially when you're wearing push-up bras. It doesn't look natural and I don't recommend them. But if you want that cleavage, especially going out or whatever it may be, go ahead, whatever suits you. So this is what they look like. Also, sometimes I do become oblivious of how large they are because I'm so conditioned to what they look like on me now, that when people compare like, oh, your breasts are so big, how do they feel or whatnot, I don't realize how big they are until somebody tells me or until I get certain looks. So that's one of the things that you tend to get used to, is you don't notice how large they are until somebody tells you, because you're just so conditioned to what they look like on you now in your frame. They're just your own now. You don't consider them as implants. They're just like your own body, and you can't really remember how you look like before your implants, because you're so conditioned to them. I know I look back on some pictures and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of what I look like. I don't really remember unless you have a solid picture to compare to. Just like those Tuesday transformations on like Instagram, when people go through the transformation from being very heavy to losing a lot of weight, and you see that transformation through pictures, you can't really notice it on a day-to-day basis. So that's kind of the comparison. You don't really know what you look like until you go back to a previous photo of you, because you tend to just believe them as your own because now they are. So yeah, I hope that this helped you guys. This is what they look like. And if any of you guys have questions or considering getting a breast augmentation, feel free to comment. I'll do my best to provide you with all the information possible. Take care.